like to next introduce Tyson. He's the World Cube Association co-founder, and as you all know, Edward loved the Rubik's Cube. Now, whenever I was on the call with him, he would always be solving his Rubik's Cube, so I'd like to invite Tyson, one of Edward's cubing friends, to speak.
Friends and family, it is a sincere honor to be here, to be asked to say a few words here today. My name is Tyson Mao. I'm the founder of the World Cube Association, and like Edward, I picked up the Rubik's Cube about 15 years ago. My guess is that his expectations were similar to mine, that this plastic toy that, was kind of fun. It was cool to solve fast and get faster. But I don't think either of us could have predicted where the Rubik's Cube would be today. In July of 2008, Edward attended his first WCA competition in San Diego, and he placed 24th with an average time of 28.47 seconds. And I could tell you that a year later, he was averaging 15 seconds, and that 2.5 years later, he was under 12 seconds. But I don't think that tells the full story. Back in 2008, which was considered the early days of cubing, while we all wanted to do well, it was more than that. Cubing was in its nascent stages, and we didn't really have any money. The events and the community were powered by volunteers and enthusiasts. We were all friends, and that really mattered more than the actual act of solving the Rubik's Cube. Edward was passionate about everything he did. If you look at most people who solve the Rubik's Cube, at some point, we all lose a little bit of interest. Not Edward. Edward set his personal best only 2 years ago, 10 years after his first competition, by solving a Rubik's Cube in 6.33 seconds. It is a very special thing to find someone in the Rubik's Cube community who had the focus and the drive to improve for a decade. Edward not only had fun, but worked hard at what mattered to him. I was speaking to Devin Corrobene, one of his closest friends, and Devin said that one thing he really liked about Edward was his ability to get very focused on something when it piqued his interest. Some of his main hobbies were cubing, poker, and cryptocurrency, and Edward was passionate about everything he did. He would do small things like repeat mantras under his breath. Earlier this year, Edward was worried about his sleep and got a sleep tracking ring, but was convinced that data was bad, and so he got a second one and put it on a different finger just to see if it gave the same results. It didn't. He was right. Edward had a natural curiosity about the world and was willing to follow through and explore. In 2011, I was working at Zynga as a project manager on their poker game, and Edward told me that he was playing. As an employee, I got curious and looked at his account and was impressed by the wild virtual fortune he had amassed. Everyone knows that while Edward really liked money, he had a huge heart. Edward loved his friends. At the US Rubik's Cube National Championships in 2018, he and Devin were trying to find a place to eat steak. They bumped into another cuber who was trying to find some fast food, and so Edward told him to come along. Edward paid for his meal, and everyone was able to hang out. Edward knew the value of these moments. He knew that moments in life were special, and cared enough to enable and cherish them. This was a common occurrence with Edward, and it's what made the World Cube Association beautiful. The World Cube Association and our friendships wouldn't be here today without Edward. We are powered by his unrelenting curiosity and generous heart. The Rubik's Cube was only a vehicle that supported his underlying stories and friendships. In my mind, Edward is forever the inquisitive boy, solving the Rubik's Cube with intensity and drive. He grew into a generous and kind man who made everyone who crossed his path feel welcome. We will miss him dearly.